At the tender age of 17, Sarah Akinyi is already a mother of two. Whereas motherhood is a source of joy, for her, it has brought her untold misery. It all began with how she conceived her first child. She was then only 14 years when her father, the person she least expected to hurt her, did the unthinkable.
Asa karudi nyuma ameshika kisu anataka kunichinja tena mlango na nikalala na sasa nikakaa akaniambia usiseme, ukisema nitakuua. Pia mimi nikanyamaza tu mpaka baada nikashika mimba, watu wakaanza kugundua, wakanipeleka Sikarati, wanataka kunitoa, nikakataa.
She conceived out of the forced sexual act, and despite being the victim, she became an outcast in the village and had to seek refuge from relatives elsewhere.
Society has to understand that this child was not defiled because she was a bad child. That this person was a wrong person who could defile any other person. She only ended up being a victim, not because she did anything wrong. So a lot of times these children are left feeling like maybe they are the ones who caused this on themselves.
She later reached Nairobi, where she says she had a cesarean section only for the baby to be taken away from her, and to date she has no clue of the whereabouts of her child.
Wakanirudisha sasa nyumbani hapa vile watu group hapa, nikakaa hapo, wakaninyang'anya mtoto hapo, niambia penye anapeleka, na leo akanipeleka huko Uganda.
Ako na shangazi yake.
Wapi?
Nairobi.
Nairobi pande gani?
Shangazi yake anaishi Kayole.
Kwa nini mtoto alienda Kayole?
Sasa shangazi akichukua mtoto ni makosa. Yaani shangazi amechukua, yaani wewe huwezi patia mtu mtoto. Yaani mtu hawezi kuwa na mtoto wake.
She tried to have a fresh start in life through marriage, where she got her second child. But the marriage was short-lived as her husband abandoned her on realizing that she had conceived with her father, as incest is a dreaded taboo.
Wakaanza, nilienda kuoleka, nimeenda Burumba huko Vichwangu. Ndio sasa mama huyo kijana akaanza kumwambia, huyo kijana wako ameolekea mwenye alizaa na baba yake, huyo msichana ni mbaya, huyo msichana amezaa na baba yake, achana na huyo msichana. Ndio sasa tukaanza ugomvi na baada kunigombanishia niende niachane na huyo kijana, ndio nikarudi sasa nyumbani.
These are predicaments victims of defilement face, especially if the perpetrators are related to them. Several cases go unreported for reasons ranging from ignorance, family influence, and witness interference.
And this is because mothers are protecting their husbands. Grandmothers are protecting their sons. People are protecting their brothers. People are protecting their uncles and all that. And so the only person who can be empowered to talk about this is the child. Yeah, it is only the victim.
Even in situations where the cases reach the police, the perpetrators still evade conviction due to lack of evidence or unwillingness from the victim's family to pursue the case, especially if the perpetrators are related to them.
But again, we have this don't care attitude. You know, you feel like after all it is the father. You hear them saying like, you ni makosa ya boma, so it has to be solved at home level. You know, it's like, after all it is his child. And when that happens, you get like, the perpetrator will continue living, the child ends up traumatized. But again, that really goes to show where we have placed the girl child and even the woman. When a woman is forced to decide between her marriage and her daughter who is being abused by her husband, and she actually chooses her marriage, It really shows where we have placed our women, how disempowered they are. It really shows how we don't value our daughters.
The law, however, stipulates clearly in Section 20, Section 1 of Sexual Offences Act 2006 that any male person who commits an indecent act or an act which causes penetration with a female person who is to his knowledge his daughter, granddaughter, sister, mother, niece, aunt or grandmother is guilty of an offense termed as incest and is liable to imprisonment for a term of not less than 10 years. And if the victim was a minor, the offense would warrant life imprisonment. These stiff penalties, however, do not seem to deter those with warped minds in the society. Court documents indicate a sharp rise in reported cases of defilement from 7,727 in 2014 to 13,828 in 2015. It is a worrying trend that stakeholders opine that the taboo nature of the act should not blind the society from talking about the elephant in the room. This would not only enlighten the girl child, but also erode the stigma that has dimmed the future of such victims. For now, Sarah spends most of her time in counseling session at the Rural Economic Enhancement Program, but the counseling, she says, has not helped much as she grapples with coming to terms with incest, an act that not only robbed her of her innocence, but her future as well. Achola Simon, reporting for Channel 1 News from Kisumu County.